Now then, it is Ted Hanky Podcast time. Strap your lugs in. We've got another riveting episode for you. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, do on your dial. But do give it a like, give it a share, give it a follow. Subscribe to the PooTube channel. That's very important. We do like that as well. Just sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, preferably in a Ted Hanky mug. And if you're getting really aroused, just strum one out. You know what I mean? Mala, you are here, I am here, you are queer, I am not.
Well, all right, Ted, all right, everyone in podcast land.
Sorry, that was very amateur of me, that I didn't...
I was quite involved in your intro there. Like, to be fair, right, if you're going to strum one out, if you're a girl, that means you can knock one out if you're a lad. Like, and do you know what I mean? Do you want me to, help you out a bit if I do a bit of this?
Oh, flash a bit of cleavage, man.
Do you know what I mean? They might help the lads out.
The algorithms would kick off with us if we start getting areolas out in it.
They are a wicked hard family, the algorithms. I've seen them, yeah. They live up the wrong parts of Thornaby, them ones.
Yeah. You got a burnt mattress in your front garden? It's one of the algorithms.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. What have you been up to, mate? You look like you've been learning.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Ted, because, right, as you know, I'm probably one of the most learned people in Thornaby and surrounding parishes. Like, as you know, I have clocked the Gin series. Do you know what I mean? Not many people have done that.
What's the Gin series?
You know, like Meg the Hen and all that.
Oh, Gin 3 level 2, Gin 3 level 4.
I've done them all, mate. Yeah. I was gold-plated. Yeah. I was class. And I know all the numbers, Ted. I know them all. Ask me a number.
3.
Yeah, know it.
You know it.
Right, and, right, I've put the graft in. Right, many a hard day in Mrs. Ferguson's class, in Little Pats.
She was ruthless, wasn't she?
But she had a method, and the method was, if you did something right, you got a mojo. Always take the mint green ones, because they were the best. And if you did something wrong, you got locked in a cup of tea.
No, you get fucking braid. I got braid off her in the dinner queue, right? All because I was tremendously excited that my mum was having a baby. And I said, Miss Ferguson, my mum's pregnant, right? And she went, you insolent boy. And she took me out of the dinner queue and she smacked my ass with a dinner tray in front of everyone else.
It was class, I remember. It was brilliant.
It was awful.
I was like, go on, hit him. It was class. Yeah. But Ted, do you remember when you got your cock out and Mr. D went wild?
Did I do that?
I think so, yeah. If I remember rightly.
Oh, like he wasn't happy wild.
No,
not like,
no. Ted got his tallywhacker out, right? And the lad Mick D, he went mental. He turned into Hulk Hogan and he was like, I'm going to knock you, get it to school. And he's like, chucked you out.
Cock envy. I might have been 8, maybe 9-year-old, but I had a weapon back then. I still do. You know what I mean? Sports day, I wasn't allowed in the egg and spoon race or anything like that because stuff just dropped out my shorts.
He was twirling it. That was the problem. But do you remember that? Getting your tallywhacker out?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah,
these ruthless days back in Patch Juniors.
St. Pat's in Thornaby.
Do you know what I mean? Got to be loving it. But no, Ted, I am the most learned person, right? And I've decided that I'm going to teach us all a little bit of history about words. Do you want that, Ted?
Can we call this a feature of the show?
Yeah, well,
Can we call it Mala's Word?
Mala's Word, yeah. Well, the word of Mala.
The word of Mala, yeah, it sounds very gospelish, that, doesn't it? According to the word of Mala.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Ted, because it's a little bit gospelish what I'm going to tell you. Right, here, you know them Romans were wrong lads, don't you?
The ones that used to, scuttle their own sisters and that?
That's the lads, right? They were mental, they were proper debauched.
Not to be confused with Billingham.
And no. But the words, in Rome, right, they used to testify, you know, like if you're going to judge, right, and he says, right, we're going to testify, you're going to give me your testimony, yeah? Now that word testimony comes from Testicles, Ted.
Fuck off!
Right, I'm telling you now, if you were in Rome back in the day and you said, hey, I swear down, it's true, and he went, no, come and tell the truth in the town square, then you used to have to grab the balls of another Roman man and he would grab your balls and then you'd talk and you'd go, yeah, I'm telling you the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And that's what you had to do, testify, right? And that's also why they say you've got your man's balls in your hands.
I've got him by the nuts.
It got him by the nuts. So when you imagine doing that now in court. You're like, right, get up there. Instead of swearing on the Bible, some lad comes over and couples your balls.
Well, what about if you're up for a sex charge? They'll probably enjoy that, won't they?
Well, it could happen. But what if you're a bird? Instead, do you just put a finger in?
It could be an inquisitive finger. Is that where? Isn't that when you grass on someone though and you finger them?
That could be the word come, because women are wrong-uns.
And they are, and they're proper sprag all the time.
Exactly, so they'll get fingered. Yeah, Ted, that makes sense. But yeah, testify. So the two Roman lads, and I know this is true because I've looked at it on the internet before everyone starts going, no, I don't think so, Mala. This is about the time that you said there was 12 planets.
Yeah, that was a moment, wasn't it, Mala? But does this... I mean, back in them days in the Romans, though, I mean, I've seen the statues. They all had very, very small penises and testicles, didn't they?
Well, Ted, you'd say that, right? But...
some of them had no arms as well.
They did, yeah, some of them. They had amputees back then, they were class, right? No, the lad Caesar, right? He had a known small cock, right? He did. And he was people were knocking statues out and he was like, doubt it. Because he's getting all his birds around and he's like, yeah, this is an average size for a man. And they're like, doubt it, look at that statue over there. And there's some
Yeah.
So he's like, right, he got all the lads that sculpt together and he went, right, lads, listen, right, I'm going to chop your heads off unless you give them tiny cocks. And there was people David, Michelangelo's David.
Yeah.
He had a weapon, him, and he stood there oh, here, look at my ripped body, and you're going to give us a little wang. And he's like, I'll chop your head off. And he went, all right.
I think they were all on the roids.
They probably were on the roids.
Because they're all looking like this, aren't they? And they've all got tiny little dicks like that. I reckon they're full of tren.
The paper could be.
Test. And Anavar. They're on them all.
They're on them all
back then, the Romans.
And there were sexual deviants, so they must have been on a bit of the gear. You know, the pervert powder, when they're having a bit of coke.
Oh, anything went back then. I mean, was it Caligula who used to just scuttle his own family, his mum and his...
Who was the lad who used to get, people to fucking suck him off when he was in the jacuzzi and that?
Oh, that's old mate Gav.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's Gav that who does that. No, down you go! Down you go!
Yeah, but they were all wrong uns, the Romans. But testify, Ted, are you happy with that?
That's good. I think that could be a regular feature, that, of the word of Mala.
We're going to find some more wrong uns in history and bring them to the forefront.
Yeah. If you're aware of any interesting facts or words, do comment on the channel, on whatever it is, the PooTube, I don't know, and let us know, and we might explore deeper in them. We might read them out on future shows. We might just ignore them because they might be shite. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's good. That. Well, I've been trying to get in touch with my feminine side a little bit, Mala. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about tucking my tail between my legs and doing a mangina, because I've done that for years. It's not something new. What?
I've noticed your hair, Ted. I was going to say this to you a couple of weeks back. It is getting a little bit like a little pixie bob.
Yeah.
You know, you were like a 60s girl in a miniskirt.
Yeah.
Obviously from Billingham, because you've got the growth. But
yeah.
Well,
I think I'm just trying to, just smarten myself up a bit, because you never know, do you? I mean, we could be on a random night out in the clock tower in Stockton. We might get recognised. Then we might get piped off round the bins at the bite centre.
Maybe that's why they called it the bite centre.
It is
a bit Chinese lads there, though, isn't it? In all honesty.
I don't know, you fucking dare.
What are you talking about? This is like original, this.
You're not like Ming the Merciless.
I'm more Korean.
If we got any, followers or viewers from the Far East, please, do give us your feedback on whether you do think Mala is one of your own,
It's going about on. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Because we're keen. We're trying to trace back his roots, basically, yeah, because we don't know whether if he's from Oriental or if he's got that sort of, that crossover in Mongolia type of.
Could be.
And then sometimes you do look a little bit Eastern European and Baltic. So I think there's been a big, massive breeding going on of all these strange nationalities to create the mala.
See, I reckon that like we've said this before, on a different when we didn't used to do visuals and we used to do the speaking one.
Yeah.
Like during the '66 World Cup, when them Korean lads lived in like Linthorpe Road, and they were all stopping in people's houses. Kim Rongan, who was probably his name, probably slipped one of the local slices.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And my gene pool came about.
Yeah. I mean, was your mum around back then?
I don't know. They used to.
No one knows your real age, do they? Because I mean,
it's not allowed.
I mean, I'm sure you're in your 70s, but it's hard to tell. He's just, he's a freak of nature, this Mala. He is. But speaking, I've been, I was in touch with my feminine side because I'm sick of all this toxic masculinity going on online. You know what I mean? I can't say it. Toxic masculinity.
It's hard with them teeth.
Masculinity.
Give yourself a break.
There's so much masculinity going on with these TikTokers and these Instagrammers. All saying, fucking here, you should be tapping lasses left, right and centre. You should be driving sports cars. You got to go to the gym. You got to learn to fight. You got to not take any. If you know someone who's a woolly wolf, to knock him in. That's one of them, isn't it?
Is it up?
I don't know. It's wrong, no. It's wrong because I've watched a little bit of that Louis Theroux, that Manosphere documentary. If you watched it, you'll know what I'm on about. And you had that, what's he fucking HS TikTok on? What a bellwith he is. You know what I mean? Emily, did I know you from Dubai, Emily? What a fucking bellwith he is. There's a guy on TikTok who rips him off loads, right? And he's doing like a parody of him with a fucking bald cap on and a little bandage on his hand and stuff like that, and he's getting so wound up by it. He's like going, I'm going to take you to court, mate. Yo, bro, I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to sue your horse, bro. And he's not stopping. He's relentlessly ripping the piss out of him, and it's fucking brilliant. I love it because he's a bellwith.
Why does his name Her Majesty's Service TikTok?
I don't know. Yeah, HMS. He wants to be fucking. He's been in jail as well for something wrong. That whole thing around you're not allowed to be in touch with your feminine side. I mean,
I agree.
How am I?
Men should be men. Do you know what I mean?
Look at me. You know I like a good groom.
Don't say that.
I must be one of the only men in my gym who's actually shaved his bush into a bikini line. Do you know what I mean? Because it looks nice. A little landing strip above my pecker. It looks lovely.
The only lad that has a bikini, that's why.
Well, I do get some strange looks when I'm swimming, I'll be honest. And it's a bathie.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not bikini.
Fair enough, understood.
We're not in Magaluf, Mala. It's a bathie. It's a swimsuit.
But that's these toxic lads, right? These people that you're talking about from like the TikTok lads and whoever else.
Yeah.
Right, they're all funnies anyway, aren't they?
Oh, so no, like, he's a world-class boxer and he's a criminally underrated footballer and, he's into all these crypto investments and stuff like that.
Yeah, but all of this, it's all crap, man. It's just all rubbish. They all say this, they've all got like, I'm this and this and this. Who's doing the graft?
Well, you're right, yeah.
Who's doing the graft?
Who's delivering the Oldham Post at fucking 6 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly. Yeah, and he does still. I mean, the Eldon Post stopped years ago, but he, I tell you what, right, when he was a nipper, he didn't deliver him, he put him in various lockups, and now he's doing his penance and he's delivering them, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, Eldon Post, Teesside Times, and sometimes extra bonus leaflet days.
Class, I did think that.
If you were getting a Farm Foods catalogue through your door on a morning, it's probably me.
This is before TikTok. That's what people did.
Yeah.
They posted stuff through doors.
That's it, yeah. The young ones who watch this won't realise the hard graft we had to do. Everything's digitally delivered now. We had to do it by hand.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. Like pulling, you have to do that by hand. You couldn't just go online, pick some class porn, which is better than anything you'll ever see in Stockton-on-Tees Street, and stay at home and save all your money and lock your door and enjoy yourself, explore.
Well, you didn't have any latex fannies back then. Did we?
We did. We didn't know. We had to put up with a bored out Pringles tin, right? And you'd put some form of meat product in there. Right? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah. Right? And you just go to town.
So, like, you would, like, I don't know, say, like, put 8 ounces of mince in a Pringles tin and fucking rut it.
Well, it depends. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I did this. I'm just assuming this is what people did. Like, because various different types of meat would give you a different sensation.
If you were going to tap some meat, what would be your choice?
Pork all the way.
Pork? That's gay.
Pork. I'd have pork all the way.
You probably have upsetting a lot of our Muslim followers with this.
That's very true. Chicken then.
Chicken. Yeah.
Chicken.
What if it's like overcooked hard chicken?
Well, that'll be like.
Are we talking raw?
No, right. That's the beauty of using meats, right?
Yeah.
What you don't understand is there's different types of fannies out there. Them different meats, whether they're hard or they're cooked or they're softer, they represent different types of fannies. So some days you're like, oh, I'm sick of this one.
Yeah.
I'll swap over.
I don't want this dangly bacon sandwich.
No, exactly.
I'm going to go for a nice firm liver.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's different sensations. I mean, I didn't say we did this, but that's what you'd have to do, wouldn't you, Ted? I'm assuming.
What about one of them massive sausages, right? And you could open it up and sort of put it around and then just slide it.
That's an interesting thought. But they didn't have massive sausages back in the day.
Gosh, they did in Germany. They did big Schnitzengrubers.
Yeah, well, the Germans are wrong. Have you seen their porn? They had wank booths. I lived over in Germany for a little bit, right? And they had wanking booths over there.
Was this when you were a rent boy?
It was, right? This is when I was with the Beatles in Hamburg, right? And like, what it used to happen is you'd be walking along doing your shopping, right? And then all of a sudden you'd be like, I really fancy a wank. And you just nop into a shop and there'd be a little, you go in, you put a couple of francs in there, you put a couple of marks in there, and then you just flick through until you found something that you wanted to watch, and then you just wang it out, and you just go for it. And then you go join your wife back shopping.
Oh, they should introduce them into the Asdas.
It'd be class,
you know
wouldn't
what I mean?
it?
Our lass could be going around doing a big shop like that. Oh, I'm just going to go and look at the Jim Jams in George, right? Next thing you know, that's all right, yeah. You spend as much time as you want, love. You know, have a good route to all the aisles. I'm going in the wank booth. That's
a class idea. If they start putting wank booths in the Asda, you better start paying Ted some money, because it was his idea.
I've got some connections in head office. I could have a chat.
Yeah, to put imagine that though. You're going with your missus. Can I have £2? It's better not be for the wank booth.
No, it's for the vending machine.
The vendors.
Oh, well, that's no. You've already had some minstrels.
This is a good idea, though, isn't it?
Because wanking booths, yeah, in all the supermarkets.
Lasses don't want to touch it anyway, so it's like, they get the shop, which is a version of sex to them, isn't it? Because they love it.
Bing bong. Welcome to Tesco today. Just to let you know now, customer announcement, the Peep Show is now open. The Peep Show is now open. Form an orderly queue with your £2. Bing bong.
But you're not allowed to be left alone with Barbie.
It's a private joke from when me and Mallow went to Budapest.
When we went to Budapest, can I tell a little story?
Go on, tell the Budapest stories.
A long time ago, me and Ted, we decided we'd have a bit of a lads' holiday, but instead of going to Magaluf or Ibiza or somewhere, Ted booked Budapest because he's a wrong'un and he likes a bit of Eastern European love.
Yes,
right?
He also likes Metallica.
So we booked, and he booked on the pest side, which was it was more like Russian, wasn't it? It was a bit Eastern European, and the other side was a nicer side. And anyway, we booked into this.
That's the Danube, the River Danube.
Yeah, the Danube. Yeah, and we booked into this place, learned, you see, and they booked into this place called the Hotel Schwing.
Hotel Schwing.
And he said it sounds like a nice hotel. It was a brothel, wasn't it, Ted?
It was a working brothel, fully operational working brothel. I didn't realise. I mean, the rooms were lovely.
Smelled a bit funny though.
They were above adequate. I'll be honest with you. Remember when we opened that curtain? We pulled that curtain back, and there was loads of Hungarian mafia playing cards, and with loads of bottles of vodka, and they just looked at us like that, and we went, "Sorry," pulled the curtain back like that. We interrupted some mafioso.
This was
gambling.
End of 90s, early 2000s.
It was early to mid 2000s.
Early to mid 2000s, and then there was like there was a place opposite it called Sexbolt.
Sexbolt. All the sex shops are called Sexbolts.
It was class.
Which I think is another word for a sex vault, I think.
And I went absolutely crazy because I ordered some chips and they come and they were in a river of lemon sauce and I don't know why. And I was famous, wasn't I, Ted?
Yeah, because you looked like Carlos Marinelli, who's played for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, but he was Argentinian, that lad.
I know, but he was
a foreigner.
Yeah.
He was a foreigner, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was good, that, mate. Yeah, I booked it to a website called BudapestPissUp.com. And
it was good, wasn't it?
We got picked up. We got picked up from the airport in a limousine with strippers in it, and then
one of the class the lads as well as the lads that were strippers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You look like Supposlai. And then we went on another excursion, which was just cleverly entitled Goulash and Growler, where you got to eat the traditional dish of goulash off naked women. It was a great.
Cost a bit that one though, Ted, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean there was a couple of hairs in my goulash, if I'm honest, but I enjoyed it.
Then what if I
got a bit angry when I started dipping my bread in, though, didn't I?
You did, yeah. And then one of our party foolishly ordered 22 cognacs for all the strippers in the strip bar, and the
his exact words were cognac for all my friends.
Exactly. And then
none of us got one, did we? All the fucking strippers were walking around with double Hennessy cognacs.
Nope. And then the Hungarian mafia were going to kill him, weren't they?
Well, you were going to hurt him, yeah. They were going to hurt him. Luckily, one of the lads was a bit, and he paid off the debt.
Wasn't he?
You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, he had all his Europe access levels, and he could pay it, couldn't he? So, yeah, crazy days in Budapest. But anyway, back to my point, right? Supermarkets, right? Let's deviate them a bit more. Let's make them a bit fucking, yeah. I mean, I know I'm totally contradicting everything I've said with that Manosphere documentary, and now I'm saying let's have some little sex booths in the supermarket, but there could be ones in there for the lasses as well. Lasses have needs. You could have a little booth in there
for bacon.
With an array of toys like that, right? And then you can have a bit of gadget porn on or whatever you want. I don't know what to watch.
Gadget porn.
Yeah, pick a toy, right? Or it could be
pick a toy.
It could be some of the reduced whoopsie vegetables that are about to go out to date. Get them used. Get them used.
I don't think the women are interested in that sort of thing. I think they'd rather go in there and they get you 2 minutes to just have a whinge. So it's like you put your money in, it goes, go, and some of the, like a random lad's just sat there and she starts just having a whinge at him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you never do, no, you.
You know, you could call them moan booths.
But you could call a lad's one moan booth as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to go and use the moan booth.
So you can get
the moan box.
The moan box. So let's get this right? You've got the key cutting place.
Yeah.
You've got the sex balls.
You've got those little printing shops that print various things onto mugs and T-shirts for you as well. Travel agents for currency.
The moan box.
You've got one of those machines where you can put all your change in and then it distributes it out into actual usable money for you.
Why don't you put it in there and then you can get a print? You can choose what you want to spend your pennies on. So if you want to have a wank, you can put it in and just go.
Do you know what? I'll be very surprised if China hasn't done this already. But if they haven't, we could be onto a winner here, madam. Can you use your connections in China?
I'll have a word with the
out there. But yeah. Ted and Maller's moan booth. That'd be great, that, wouldn't
it? Class that, Ted.
Yeah. Oh. Well, Matt, I think it's only fairly appropriate, as the time is ticking through the podcast, we do address the nervousness around Middlesbrough Football Club at the moment. You know what I mean? It's going a bit tits up, isn't it? Like, we're hanging on to that runner-up spot by our knackersacks.
Right, well, we are Teesside, we are proud. And we do support the borough, and we love yous, and we love all the lads. And I'm gonna go strong at you. Are you ready?
I'm a certified smoggy.
Usually I'd whinge and I'd be giving everyone grief, but you know what? Them lads have got us to where we are. They've grafted all season. We're going to have dips. There's going to be times when people park 6 buses in front of him. There's going to be times when Conway decides he's a left winger. There's going to be times when this happens to us.
There's going to be times when Stelic's arse drops on a one-on-one.
It does, but the lad's doing good. We have done good. We've had a couple of results that have dipped. Yeah, we should have beaten certain teams, or we think we should, but it's the Championship. It's an hard team. It's an hard league, Ted.
Yeah, there's eight games left, is there? by the time this podcast goes out, is there any games this week going
We've got weekends. We've got one
weekend. So this goes out on a Saturday morning. So if you're watching it before the game, let's hope this is a bit of good luck. If you're watching it after the game, let's hope it was a win. If it wasn't, fucking hell.
I honestly think, Ted, right, that for the fans, us lads, right, we've got to stick together here, Teesside, right? Listen, it's no more than the Mackhams and Geordies and the lads from Leeds want than us to fall flat on our faces. And if we go in the playoffs, we go in the playoffs. At the beginning of the season, you'd have took just surviving at the time because we thought, oh God, Rob Edwards is coming in and he's crap, right? And then he did all right, but then he turned into a dick, didn't he? And then we got classed Kip Hellberg in, who's mint, and he's turned us round, and we are a good team. We're just having a bit of a thing. And I'm telling you now, what we need is, thanks for sending us the Bernie motivational videos, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
What we need is Bernie to get up beforehand and do his warm-ups on the pitch with everybody, get the whole crowd going at home, and then we'll win.
Yeah. I mean, I was just scrolling through Facebook and I looked and he was just slaving with his legs in the air doing bicycles, and I thought, go on, Bernie, lad. You should be getting the Boro lads fit.
He's class, isn't he, Bernie?
Yeah.
What do you think anyway, Ted?
I think I'm very, very nervous. I think obviously a lot falls on those key games with Millwall, Ipswich. They've got to play each other, haven't they? We've got to play Ipswich away.
And Millwall at home.
And Millwall at home, I think, yeah. But there's a couple of teams who they've got to play who are really trying to turn it around, like Southampton,
Norwich and
Ipswich is never an easy game as well. So we could have a bit of luck here. We could have a bit of luck, but let's just stay positive. Let's believe that we're going to do it, because if we get in that Premier League next season, me and Mala are going to be out in flares on that night, and we are going to be bucking lasses left, right, and centre. I'm telling you, it's going to be a buck fest.
Premier League flange.
We're going to put a big event on, Ted and Mala's Book Fest. Everyone come and join us. We'll go and get smashed. All the Boro lads will be there, Gilbert was in my gym today. I see Conway all the time. Fry's always in the gym. I'll round them up and say, lads, come on, let's do some fucking circuits, some kettlebells to begin with. Don't get injured, Fry, be careful, right? We'll do that and then we'll all come out and then we'll go bucking round the town. It'll be class.
They've been stalking Matty Crooks. All right, Matty, as he well knows. I follow him round, you see. Yeah. Bless him.
So, it's up the Boro, that's all I'm saying. Certified smuggy here, proud Teessider here, all you viewers there, let's channel all these positive thoughts, because I like Kim. I like him.
Oh, Kim, him.
I like him. Kim.
I like Kim Hellberg, I like Kim Jong-un, I like Kims in general. So, yeah, let's get behind him, all of them, all the Kims, let's get behind him and let's smash it.
Up the Boro. Speaking of Boro, what else are Middlesbrough famous for? Having fantastic drug dealers.
We have the best, lads.
Yeah.
We have the best in the world.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone has seen the. If you should step back a little bit there, the news story from Teesside Live this week there, right, where Middlesbrough dealer tried to blame his mum when police uncovered crack stash. You can see there he's a little bit startled himself there. But I mean, how do you blame your mum for having loads of drugs in your house?
Like, I'd blame my mum for everything, mate.
Like, the police kick your door down like that and they go and they find all this drugs and you go, no, it's our mum's.
Our mum's crack.
Our mum's crack, that, you know what I mean? Yeah, don't touch it, she'll go mad. Fucking hell, I mean, I reckon his mum's went, what's he called? Stephen. Just tell him it's man. You've got your full life ahead of you, son. Tell him it's man. I'll do the bed for you. They might let us off, you know what I mean? Because I'm a lass and that, and I'm a mam.
I love the fact that they always do that, though. They do, don't they? They're like, they'll say, like, mother of 7. Like, I don't care how many kids you've got. Stop selling crack. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
We have got, like, I would be blaming my mum for everything. She'd be going right under the bus.
What other things could you blame your mum for then? If, like, illegalities, do you think? You know, police, right? Let's do the situation again. Police have just hammered the door down. It's the police! What have you got?
Is that what they say?
I don't know. It's like quite a Pacino line, that one. What do you got? Like that. Oh, I believe you've got some fire sticks.
That's the big one.
We found hundreds of fire sticks in your airing cupboard. Oh no, they're our mum's.
Yes, that's what she
Mum would
keeps.
go, what's a fire stick? Do I put it up my fanny?
Your mum would. That's where they said, I'd just come up with a great excuse and go, I have 55,000 fire sticks because I've got every episode of Coronation Street on there. That's why I've got it. So you've got to think.
I'd just say, they were there when I moved in.
Yeah.
Well, you've lived here for 38 years, mate. Fire sticks weren't invented. Someone put them there.
Time travellers.
Yeah.
Could happen.
Yeah.
I'd blame my mum for everything, me. I love it. I think it's the best excuse you could do. Because, like, your mum just going to go, no, you haven't. Yeah, you did, mum. You know you did. I used to blame her when I was late for school. Why are you late, Mala? Me mum. My mum didn't put my uniform out because I was too, I didn't want to go looking for that.
My mum was shagging Ted.
That happened a couple of times to Roggan. He used to have a weapon. Anyway, I said used to.
It stayed the same side, I just grew into it. That's the problem. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. But I always like to end on a nice drug dealer story. Yeah,
it's your home, doesn't it? Home house usually. It's where it usually hits you.
Yeah. If Stephen's mum would like to come on the podcast as a guest, bring some crack.
Just a little bit.
I think that concludes this week's podcast, Nala.
Ted, I've got to get off. Apparently, I'm going to get involved in a meat draw. I think I've got an idea. I'm going to go collect some empty pringle tins and see what the Queen's Club's giving away. I'll catch you in a bit. See you later, Ted. See you later, everyone.
Mala, see you later. Mala there, off to insert his penis slowly around 3 lamb chops because he likes the fatty ones, but he's always been a big fan of the fat, meaty piffs. I can't concentrate when I think about that. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's podcast. I think it's been a cracker. We've had some heated discussions, some heated debates, and I am genuinely serious about them little booths you can go and have a tug in the supermarket. So any supermarket CEOs want to get in touch and we can market this, do it. Just want to say tedhankyt-shirts.com for mugs and t-shirts are available. A couple of events coming up you might be interested in. So on March the 28th, there's a comedy and curry night at Chapel in Middlesbrough. It's on White House Street in Middlesbrough. You know when you drive past Macmillan's College and there's that big church before you get to the roundabout on the corner? Well, if you go around the corner from that church, used to be the Phoenix Squash Club, there's a little bar called Chapel, and it's a converted craft ale bar from a church into that, and it's great. And there's a comedy night on there. It's fantastic. You get a free curry, tickets from tickets from jokepit.com. Links obviously at the bottom coming up in a moment. May the 8th, there's another Ted and Kilvo's comedy quiz, proper daft quiz night at the Parkway in Coleman Newham. Tickets on sale for that. Always a mad laugh as well. May the 15th, the Georgian Theatre improvisation comedy show from the Discount Comedy Checkout as well. Handsome member is in that group. So get some tickets for that as well. And then on June the 5th at the Warehouse in Stockton, the Warehouse Kitchen and Bar, we've got Kenny Senior from Phoenix Nights coming. Fantastic stand-up. You might have seen him in Brassic recently. He was in Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere, and obviously he was in Phoenix Nights as well. I've got that pain for you, Jackie Chan. That's him, the Lollipop Man. He's a great character. He's a fantastic stand-up as well. So tickets on sale for that. And I've got to say as well, if you are an older gent or lady, maybe you're going to get married again. It happens, right? And you don't want to do it the last time, with a shit DJ. Well, you can hire some fantastic DJs. We've got 80s Club Visage available for weddings and private events as well. Not shit birthdays, though. We've also got Something Changed, which is an indie Britpop DJ set as well. You might just think, you know what, I want a bit of comedy and I want a DJ set. Maybe me and Mala would be up for it as well. We've got all the gear, but no idea. But get in touch. We'll give you the quote. If you want a DJ and a bit of fun at your event, we'll sort it out for you. So listen, give the page a like, a subscribe, a follow, We need to build up the channel following, and do share this about. And as per usual, have a great week, and up the Boro and believe, yeah.